Well, it's time now for Media Watch, and joining us is France 24's very own Charlie James, who is across the headlines. Charlie, huge sports news today. We've been covering it for Arsenal manager Arsène Wenger is leaving the team at the end of the season. What's been the response online?
Right, so 22 years with the club, and now with the announcement of his departure, fans, players, fellow coaches going online to pay their respects to him as a coach. Let's start with a couple of current players. This is Hector Bellerin saying, personally, a very sad day. I'm forever in debt to this man, the person who had faith in me and gave me a platform to progress. Thank you for all the memories and trophies, boss. Another current player here, Alex Iwobi, also posting pictures with Wenger there and expressing how much he owes to him for his career. And a fellow rival, the former Manchester United manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, paying tribute also to Wenger, saying that it is a great testament to his talent, professionalism, and determination that he has been able to dedicate 22 years of his life to a job that he loves. Lots of fans going online and using GIFs to express their feelings. Lots of crying GIFs, like this one, found out Wenger is leaving, left the office, too much to handle, and more crying GIFs. So it's definitely a theme online with people very upset over this news. But not every single fan is upset about this. You know, it has been 14 years since Arsenal has won a Premier League title. Some fans saying, while it's sad, it's time to leave. And British comedian Rob Beckett kind of encompassing that, saying, I love Wenger, but it's time for him to go. It's like having to convince your granddad he's too old to drive his car. A sad day for all involved, but it's for the best.
Yeah, my brother's a big Arsenal fan, so this came as a big shock to him. Definitely end of an era there. Charlie, now moving on to some other news. Natalie Portman has been in the headlines. She is not going to go to Israel to accept an award. She's taking a public stance against, we could say, the Israeli government. They're not very happy about that, of course.
That's right. So some Israeli politicians upset. She was supposed to accept the 2018 Genesis Prize. It's sometimes referred to as the Jewish Nobel Prize, but she has put out a statement through her publicist saying that she could not in good conscience attend, and citing her distress over recent events in the country. Now, she doesn't come out and explicitly say what those events are, but we can safely assume that she is talking about those deadly clashes on the border with Gaza. Now the award ceremony has been completely canceled, and some Israeli politicians are not happy about her making this statement. Governing party member Oren Hazan saying on Twitter that authorities should revoke her Israeli citizenship, saying that she left the country when she was 4 years old and doesn't have any real tie to the country anymore, and shouldn't retain her citizenship. The culture minister, Miri Regev, saying, I'm very sorry to hear that Portman fell like a ripe fruit into the hands of BDS supporters, referring to the boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaign in support of Palestine. But not every Israeli politician opposes the move. There is a politician, Rachel Azaria, from the centrist party, saying that Portman speaks for a lot of U.S. Jews, and especially the younger generation, and that they should be mindful to keep views like hers in mind, because she says losing them might be too high of a price to pay. So it's abnormal for Portman to make statements like this. In her career, she has generally stayed out of politics, so she obviously weighed the consequences and her own feelings about appearing here and decided to make this statement.
And I think given the area, it's a little bit difficult to stay out of politics when you're talking about places like that. Now, moving on, today is a sort of a holiday for marijuana connoisseurs. What is 420 Day, Charlie, for those of us who are not familiar?
Exactly. So you could say it's the unofficial holiday for pot enthusiasts. April 20th, 420 in the American way of writing dates, is the unofficial day that pot smokers celebrate their love of marijuana, but also it's a day that activists use for calling for legalization and trying to destigmatize marijuana. So the story behind it, it's not entirely clear, but the most cited story is that these 5 guys here, when they were in high school in California in the 1970s, used to meet at 4:20 p.m. when school got out. That was when the end of extracurricular activities was. And they would meet at this statue and then go smoke pot. And they did this every day, and it kind of became shorthand, 420, kind of shorthand for marijuana. And that spread, and now it's a day where thousands and thousands of people gather around the world to celebrate their love of marijuana.
Okay. Well, it's not 4:20 here. It's 20:52. We're live in Paris, here in the French capital. Thank you very much, Charlie James with Media Watch.
Thank you.